If you had to make $10,000 in the next 7 days with your agency, could you do it? Well, if you said no, that's completely fine, because most people realistically couldn't do it even in 90 days. Today, I'll be giving you action steps to follow to take your agency to that $10,000 per month mark as quickly as possible. So we'll be going over why getting your offer right is literally the make or break for your agency, the exact process that I've used to take our agency way past $50,000 every single month, and what our students are using inside of the network that's also taken their agencies to 10K plus. And then finally, a step-by-step plan for you to actually go and follow to then execute and do it yourself. But first, you really need to understand what an offer is. And the truth is, most people don't. And to be honest, it stops them from ever being able to land clients. So what I want you to do is imagine two coffee shops. They're on a busy road in the business district of London, let's say. Now, coffee shop number one is a pretty simple cafe, right? It sells lattes, espressos, sandwiches. It's got a really simple seating area. And coffee shop number two also sells the same coffee and the same sandwiches, but they also offer super fast Wi-Fi. They've got comfortable working desks, nice seats to sit on, and a no children rule. So what they've done is they've built their coffee shop for these remote workers and business owners in the local area that need a place to work from in the day, whilst obviously also getting access to good coffee and some food. Now, coffee shop one probably does get some customers, but coffee shop two has analyzed the area. They know the demographic of the type of people that are coming through the door, and their entire coffee shop has literally been designed around that avatar client in that business district. So look, in that scenario, who's going to sell more coffee? Who's going to have more people coming through the door? The key point here is it isn't just about the service that you're selling, whether it's coffee, design, ad management, AI solutions. It's all about the added value that you actually provide to your clients from understanding their exact needs and then tailoring your offer to them. It's so much more than just being able to deliver a simple service. It's more about building a list of solutions that tackle massive problems head on and then solve pain points your clients then have. The value in your offer is in the personalization around your client avatar. And honestly, if you skip this part, you're always going to be behind your competition. You're just going to blend in with everyone else because you're all offering the same stuff. Now, the best part is most people do end up skipping this step. So if you can really start to understand, the power of a good offer, you're going to absolutely crush everyone else in the same market as you. So look, now you know what an offer is. Why is it so important that we get this right? Well, over the years of trial and error, I finally understood that the offer is usually the make or break for agencies. Now, when I first started in the agency space, I was cold calling dental practices and hotels. God, please never take me back to those days. And I was trying to sell them social media marketing services, right? And the most common feedback that I would always get from these business owners that I would end up calling would be,
"You are the fifth person that we've spoken to this week about this."
So what does that tell you? Well, my offer was the same as every other person that had clearly watched the same YouTube videos as I had with Iman Gadzi and Tai Lopez, right? So how the hell was I going to offer more when I didn't even know what the real problems of these dental practices were in the first place? I was literally just blindly following what others were doing, hoping that it would work. So I want you to think about this. Let's say you wanted to buy a suit. Now, there's probably hundreds of stores where you could just go in, pick up a suit, different fits, different colors, ones with pockets, ones without, whatever. There's different stores out there. There's unlimited options. But usually, when you go to these general stores, the suits are rarely going to be 100% perfect to what you actually need. The sleeves may be a little bit too long, or it doesn't have the pockets that you want. Maybe it's not the color that you need. And most of the time, you're going to end up looking down after wearing your new $80 suit for a few hours, and the pants are starting to rip because, you've tucked into one too many pork pies at the wedding, you little fatty. But then, on the other hand, you have the dedicated suit shops, the tailors of the world. And these guys are the experts in building the suit around you. Up front, you tell the tailor, "Hey, look, Mr. Tailor, I like to indulge in pork pies." So he's made sure that that elasticated band is fitted around your waist, and the sleeves come up perfectly. It's the perfect color. And yes, look, the suits are going to be more expensive, but it is literally the perfect fit, and it has everything that you want in a suit. Now, the tailor here understands their customer and then builds that suit around them. And the level of customization that you get going to a tailor is how we really need to start treating the clients that we're trying to go after. Our offer needs to perfectly align with their goals and then fix the current pain points that they have. Now, the best agencies in the world have crafted offers that stand out. They're experts at certain things, and then they serve their clients perfectly. They may not be the cheapest, but at the end of the day, the result is exactly what their clients wanted. So we need to be the tailors inside of our agency. We need to be building offers that are tailored to the needs of the client. And if we do get this offer process right, then we can start to charge way more and our clients will actually stick around for longer. And then from there, taking you to that $10,000 per month mark becomes so much easier. Now, like I said, most people do overlook this part and they'll look at what everyone else is offering and by default, just go with that. But every successful agency owner that I know has always said the same thing to me. Their offer is perfectly aligned with the type of clients they're targeting. And after working with a large number of clients, they're then able to dial in that offer even deeper into what the clients need. So it isn't something you're going to get right straight away, but it is built up over time and you'll start to, recognize these patterns in the clients that you're working with. And then slowly over time, you'll start to become that tailor in a world full of shitty suit stores. As you know, a good offer can really blow up the amount of money that you actually start making every single month. And a bad offer will literally keep you broke until you change it. So you really need to get this right and master the art of building offers. So right now you're probably thinking, okay, well, what is this magical offer building process that you have, Liam, and how do we follow it? Well, for starters, there is no magic, but it is really easy to fall into the trap of making your offer super complicated, massive, and just in general overwhelming for your clients. And this isn't going to help you at all when it comes to actually selling that offer. So what we want to do is we want to do the exact opposite. Now, one of our clients is a dental practice. I've spoken about it before on this channel. The reception team were spending hundreds of hours a week on these different calls with new clients, taking in new bookings, and answering the same old questions all day long. So what we did is we built them an AI voice and chat agent that now frees up their time for the team to focus on building human relationships inside of that dental practice with the different clients that were coming in through the door. Now, the key formula is you need to keep it simple. Most of the pain points will be so obvious to spot. Some, obviously, you're gonna need to dig in a little bit deeper, maybe on a discovery call or a workshop. But if we look at it, a valuable offer does two simple things for our client. It alleviates pain points, and then it drives our clients closer to their goals. So if we know that, all we actually need to do is become experts at understanding what pain points a business owner has so that we can then provide them a solution that then takes them to that goal and that endpoint. So what is the process of building a strong offer? Well, it starts with three key parts, in my opinion. The first part is identifying where we can actually find these clients. And without this step, obviously you'll go nowhere, but luckily there are plenty of lead generation options that we have. We're in a world where hundreds of our ideal clients are literally a message away on LinkedIn or Instagram or even inside of WhatsApp. So that is really where I would start. Now, you also need to research your ideal client, find ways of getting in touch with these guys. Once you can do that, you then want to ask the questions. You want to better understand their businesses, how they work, what their problems are, what goals they have, the pain points that they have. You're not trying to sell anything when you're first trying to speak to these clients. You're actually just trying to learn. At our agency, one of the biggest clients that we have came through an old school friend of mine that ended up reaching out to me when they saw an old e-commerce video that I had online. We ended up going down the pub, we had a simple conversation where I basically asked, about the problems that they had and what they were currently doing to fix them. And then I learned more about their business across a few different conversations with this contact of mine. And from there, we formulated an offer around their specific needs. And then that is basically how it all started. So the answer to your problems are usually relatively simple. You just need to execute on them. But look, the second part in this whole offer creation process is taking the research that you've got from these conversations with these business owners and then prioritizing what pain points actually need fixing first and what we actually want to be helping them with. The biggest pain point is always going to be causing them the most frustration, and it's likely to be very top of mind. So this probably would be obviously the best place and the best solution to lead your offer with. And what you need to do is once you've uncovered the pain points is put your solutions into this irresistible offer that is so valuable for them that they literally feel stupid saying no. But that only comes really once you understand their pain points and the goals that they actually have. Now, if you're an agency that works with e-commerce stores, for example, the most common goal for them e-com stores is to be generating more sales. And that's why you see so many e-com ad agencies. The solution's just so obvious because more sales is the main goal of their client. But if you dig a little bit deeper, you're probably going to start to uncover that the biggest frustration is that they actually don't have time to work on the higher value tasks that then drive these sales because they're literally swamped with customer service, admin tasks, refunds, questions, order processing, order queries, all of that stuff. So while sales is their main goal, the biggest value for them at that point of time is actually to alleviate the more mundane tasks, the admin, the customer support. And that is what your offer could be be based around to make it way more unique than all of these other agencies. Now, number 3, I would say that 90% of agency owners get this part wrong, and it literally destroys any chance of them ever seeing results. Now, I constantly get asked, Liam, how much should I be charging? So I'm going to show you how this ties into your offer and how we can work this out. We really want to be packaging up this offer in a way where it makes sense to the client. It clearly needs to answer their main pain points and then align with their goals, like I've already mentioned, and it has to address how you're actually going to be able to help them. Now, this is where you need to work out the value of having these problems fixed. In those discovery calls, if you understand, what fixing this pain point or coming up with this solution is going to be worth to them, that is when you can then add a price tag. But you need to know as much as you can about these clients for it to actually make sense and for you to even do these calculations in the first place. Now, from what I've seen, most people get really stuck on this one thing, and that is actually putting these systems to work and then taking action on what they've learned. Following this system alone has taken all students inside of the network to get their agency to achieve over $10,000 per month in a really short amount of time. And some have gone on to build incredible relationships with these different businesses that are now feeding them projects over and over again. Now, if you can do this, you'll have an offer that is such a no-brainer to your clients. It will make you a serious amount of cash. So here is a super simple formula that you can follow if you want to start building a 10K per month offer from today. The formula is, number 1, I want you to keep it super simple. Unless you have a lot of experience or crazy access to massive opportunities early on, and take things slow. Build your offer up over time as you start to understand the goals and the pain points of these different clients that you're speaking with. Number 2, I then want you to start collecting this data. Understand who's inside of your network that could potentially help take you closer to your ideal clients. Where can you get access to that information about the specific pain points of certain industries? This may not be obvious to start with, but I guarantee you know someone in a certain niche, or someone who knows someone in a certain niche that can help you. So think hard about this, look who's in your warm network and start reaching out to them. Number 3, we want to be making changes on the offer based on the results and the feedback from the clients that you end up speaking to. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Number 4, we then want to structure our offer in a way that actually allows us to scale it. If your offer is way too confusing and messy, you're going to end up cornering yourself into a position where you literally can't grow past more than 3 clients. I've seen it so many times. So ideally, you want your offer to be repeatable. You want it to be scalable. You want to be able to ask yourself, could you actually go out and train a monkey to do the work? Or are you literally the only person who's ever going to be able to deliver on this offer? It's simple. You learn first, you understand it, then you systemize, and then you hire in a team to then deliver everything for you. That is how you scale an agency offer. Now, we have just opened up our waitlist to new students inside of the network systems, which is an intensive one-on-one agency coaching program that you can find out more on using the link down below in the description of this video. It's going to take you to book in a call. We're going to have a chat. If you're a good fit, great. If you're not, we'll tell you. But we're working with a ton of agency owners right now that are seeing crazy results. But look, hopefully now you know how to master the entire offer building process and you know what steps you now need to take. The next question you're going to have to ask yourself is, where do I actually go and find these clients? And how do I actually get this offer in front of the right people? We all know that setting up your offer is half of the battle. Most agency owners have no clue on where to find these clients online. So that is why I've put together this video right here on my outreach systems to answer all of those questions for you and give you the strategy and the systems that you need to get your offer into the right hands. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.